Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving our praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Corner Walk through the Great Millstone Charlotte Camp. Come with another quick lesson to the spirit and poverty, how Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And this evening, I just wanted to touch on this Wisdom of Solomon 15th chapter, right? Because it's very uh, important to understand, that what we're being presented with, in this the coming of the implementation of the MOTB, right, is an idol, right? That they're expecting the masses to bow the knee before, man, right? To submit themselves unto, you know, and this is what, as we read through this chapter, Esau Edom, right, is creating this thing for. Now, the masses of the 2/3 and these heathen out here are gonna end up receiving this thing, man, right? But the elect are ultimately going to deny it, you know. As you go into what's that, Romans 11:4. Yep, this is Romans chapter 11 and verse 4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, right? So bowing before that image, this device is going to be the culmination, right, of all the idols, right, of the image of the beast, man, right, of this whole system, you know. This is the when you go into Baal, right? Baal was an all-encompassing deity, and that's what we're seeing, right? All these things are going to be, you know, pushed into that C-hip, right? That implantable buy or sell device, man. Right now, when you go into that word for bow, it speaks on uh, submission, right? Actually, let's go ahead and get that. Uh, yep, this is to bow. It reads to jump to the point, to incline the body, bend the knee, and greeting, consent, right? Because you're what? You're consenting over to this devil, man, right? Courtesy, acknowledgement, submission, or veneration. That word veneration pretty much means to show reverence to, right? So you're revering Esau Edom over Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai when you bow the knee to this system, to take this device, right? And the elect are going to refuse that, man, at all costs. It says to yield and defeat. You know, this is what people are going to be doing, man. That's going to be the ultimate sign, right, of defeat, is you allowing them to put this thing inside you, and you're accepting that idol. Going back to this Wisdom of Solomon 15th chapter, right? Because this is just another idol that's being presented before the masses as some form of salvation, right? Now, this is Wisdom of Solomon 15:1. But thou, O Most High, art gracious and true, long suffering, and in mercy ordering all things. For if we sin, we are thine, knowing thy power, but we will not sin, knowing that we are counted thine, right? Because we're doing our best to rehearse the righteous acts, man, right? Right, to fight this sinful flesh, because we know that we're counted to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? And that ultimate sin will be receiving that device, man. That cutting in your flesh to have uh this thing put inside you to show reverence to an idol, man, right? A false god. It's like you. It says here, verse 3. For to know thee is perfect righteousness, yea, to know thy power is the root of immortality, right? Because to be allied with wisdom, right? And the wisdom starts with the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? The fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So like yeah, and that's the root, right? The beginning of immortality, and that's what we're searching for. It says, For neither did the mischievous invention of man deceive us, right? This is a mischievous invention of men, right? This device, this beast system, right? This is a mischievous invention. It says, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painter's fruitless labor, right? So this idol, right? Like it says, an image spotted with diverse colors, something that's pleasing to the eye, right? Something that gives you a false sense of security, right? But it's ultimately worthless, man, right? The painter going into that worker, right? Um, the scriptures talk about the works of men's hands, right? Are these idols, right? But they're ultimately worthless, right? It's a fruitless labor, right? There's nothing that can be gained of it, no tangible good. It says, and ultimately no spiritual good. It says, the sight whereof enticeth fools to lust after it, right? Because people are lusting after the image of the beast, man, right? So if they're lusting after the image of the beast, how much more the mark, right? It says because this world is gonna be put in a state of turmoil that we've never seen before, and they're gonna present this thing as a form of salvation, right? And if your hope is not in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right, you're gonna fall victim to this, right? You go to Second Thessalonians and Salakia. It got a little cold, man. Um, okay, there we go. In Second Thessalonians 2 and verse 10, it says, "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved." Right? So people are going to be deceived, right? By, like it says in verse 9, these lying wonders, right? These powers and signs. So they're going to be deceived by this device because it's going to be showing forth these so-called miracles, man. But they're counterfeit miracles, as you read this in the NLT. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Verse 11. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, right? So this is that lie that these people are going to believe, right? So going back to that wisdom of Solomon, 15 and 4, it says, neither did the mischievous invention, so that mischievous invention, that lie, right, that they're going to be deceived by, right, is not going to fool the elect. There's no enchantment against Jacob, right? These people are falling victim to all of Esau's devices, right? Right? They're mischievous inventions, right? And they're being deceived. But the elect are not being deceived and will not be deceived. Nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the pain is fruitless labor, the sight of which enticeth fools to lust after, right? So we're not being enticed, right? Falling victim to that enticement. And so they desire the form of a dead image that hath no breath, right? This is worthless, man, right? It shows itself to be of value, but there's no true value in this, man, right? The only value is in your relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? It says, both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things, man. So, actually, let's get that. Lovers of the world, man, right? Select First John. We'll start in 3 and actually we'll do chapter 2. First John 2 and 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Right? And for all that is in the world, The lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of Yahweh Shem Shai abideth forever, man. Right? So going back to that immortality, right? Going back to, as we read in Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 4, or Salat and 6. It says, both them that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things. Right? So if you desire the things of this world, right, you're desiring an evil thing. You know, that's the love of this world. And then this place is enticing people to lust after the love of this world. Continuing on, it reads, both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things, and are worthy to have such things thrust upon them. Right? So that's ultimately the evils and only evils that we see taking place. Right? Right? They're gonna have these evils thrust upon them for their love of this world. For the potter, tempering soft earth, fashioneth every vessel with much labor for our service. Yea, of the same clay he maketh both the vessels that serve for clean uses, and likewise also all such as serve to the contrary, right? Right, so you have vessels to honor and vessels to dishonor, man. You know, you have the elect, and then you have the two-third, right? You have the children of Israel, and then you have the heathen, right? Every vessel has its purpose, right? You have Esau and you have Jacob, right? And Esau is a vessel of dishonor, right? Used for a contrary purpose. He's here, to bring, to take peace from the earth, right? But you have Jacob, right? Israel here to bring life, right? Right, to be that establishment of a righteous kingdom through Yahweh Shai, man. It says, um, of the same clay he maketh both the vessels that serve for clean uses, and likewise also all such as serve to the contrary. But what is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge, right? So Yahweh Bashem Shai ultimately is that final deciding factor, man. And employing his labors lewdly, he maketh a vain God of the same clay, even he which a little before was made of earth himself, right? So going into Esau, Edom, right? As the scriptures talk about, why is earth and ashes proud? You know, uh, uh, he's making images, right, for the people to serve, man. Right? All these heathen nations are, but this device is going to be that ultimate culmination, right? It says, where we at? And employing his labors lewdly, he maketh a vain God of the same clay, even he which a little before was made of earth himself, and within a little while after returneth to the same, out when his life which was lent to him shall be demanded, right? Because this life is but a breath, man. You know, but they they spend their time making these things to worship, right? That are outside of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Notwithstanding his care is not that he shall have much labor, nor that his life is short, but striveth to excel goldsmiths and silversmiths, and endeavoureth to do like the workers in brass, and counteth it his glory to make counterfeit things. Right? So false idols, man. Let me see. Gods of the nations. This is a good one. Let me see. I know I had one on my because we can get this. Psalm 97:7. It says, "Confounded be all they that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye gods." Right. So these are all worthless, worthless images, man. Right. They they're all created by the Creator via the his creation of eternity, man. Right. So the creation is trying to supersede the Creator. And that's what we see with these idols of these heathen, and we see with Esau Edom ultimately, right, trying to say that he is God, trying to set himself in the seat of God, right? Now let's go to Psalm 135 and 15. Yep, because as we read here in Wisdom of Solomon, oh, hold on, let me go back. Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 9. It says, "Notwithstanding his care, not that he shall have much labor, nor that his life is short, but striveth to excel goldsmiths and silversmiths, and endeavoureth to do like the workers in brass, and counterfeit his glory to make counterfeit things." Right? So here in Psalm 135 and verse 15, it reads, "The idols of the heathen are silver and gold, the work of men's hands." Right? So these are those creations of silver and gold, and he wants to exceed those things, man. Right? So that's why you see this digital idol is going to be set forth. Right? It says they have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Neither is there any breath in their mouths. Right? So going back to that, where are we at? Verse 5, Wisdom Solomon 15:5, right? "The sight whereof enticeth fools to lust after it, and so they desire the form of a dead image that hath no breath." So this idol, right, can breathe not, it can see not, right? But they're trying to present this as it being able to see, right? It being able to speak and live, right? As you read in Revelation, you know. Uh, Continuing on. Actually, was anything else in that? Verse 18. It says, Psalm 135:18, "They that make them are like unto them, so is everyone that trusteth in them." Right? So if you're like unto something that's worthless, then you're counted as worthless, man. Right? Because like it says here, Wisdom of Solomon 15 and verse 10, "His heart is ashes, his hope is more vile than the earth, and his life of less value than clay." So look, that's Esau Edom, man, right? Because he's pushing forth this labor, right, to produce this idol, right, to push this upon the masses, right, to force people into bowing the knee and accepting this, right, and submitting themselves unto this, man, right. So that's his hope is viler than the earth, man, right. And his life is of less value than clay. For as much as he knew not his maker, right, they don't know Yahweh Shema Shai, right. They say, right? What use is us serving him, roughly paraphrasing, right? Um, for as much as he knew not his maker, and him that inspired into him an active soul and breathed in a living spirit, right? Because the Lord put the spirit on this devil to act in this fashion, right? But they don't recognize that. But they counted our life a pastime and our time here a market for gain. For they say, it's like, for say they, we must be getting every way, though it be done by evil means, man. Right? So that's why, right, they have that counsel, those crafty counsels as you read in Psalms 83rd chapter, right? They counted our life a pastime, right? For market gain, right? That all they're looking at is riches, and now they have control of all the natural resources. But what else do they want, man? They want to take your spirit from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? They want to separate you from your power. That's their end goal, you know. And that's why it says we must be getting every way, though it be by evil means. Right? So everything they do is through evil means, man. If he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, as the scriptures tell you. For this man, that of earthly matter, maketh brittle vessels and graven images, knoweth himself to offend above all others, man. Right, right. So this is a great offense. And that's why Esau Edom is going to be destroyed in such a divisive or decisive, rather, a decisive manner. Because this is a great offense to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And these brittle vessels, right? Something brittle is easily broken, right? So, like it talks about in Isaiah 19th chapter, how the idols of Egypt are moved out of the way. These things are going to be easily moved and removed and taken out of existence, man. Right? This MOTB system that he spent his entire waking moments uh devising or putting together, right, is going to be easily pushed away. you know for this man that of earthly matter maketh brittle vessels and graven images, knoweth himself to offend above all others, and all the enemies of thy people that hold them in subjection are most foolish and are more miserable than the very babes. Right? So this is what our enemies, right, find themselves because they've separated, or helped in separating us from Yahweh Shai. Right? I believe it's in Judith, uh fifth chapter, if I'm not mistaken. But it speaks on how, right, they understood that when we're in correct order with our power, we cannot be overthrown, right? But when we're going astray, right, the Lord isn't there to defend us, man, right? So, like I said, and all the enemies of thy people that hold them in subjection, right? Because we're in subjection under all these nations, are most foolish, right? So they're counted as fools and are more miserable than very babes, right? Let's go to Psalm. Actually, we'll pull it up on the blue letter. Uh, Psalm 9:17. It reads, "The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget the Most High." Right? This is what we're seeing. They're about to be turned into a desolate state of desolation. Right? A terrible estate. Right? That's what that hell goes into. A low condition. Right? Right. So, like it says, they are more miserable than very babes, for they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods. Right? So all our enemies have counted the idols of the heathen to be gods, to be powers, right? To have influence, right? To have some type of control, you know. And then we have 2/3 of our people who are counted as heathen because they follow in these ways, man. Right? It says, "For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither have the use of eyes to see, or noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go." Right? So they're worthless, man. You know, they can do nothing. They have no power. Right? They only have, uh, uh, the power. Their true power is in separating you from your power, man. You know, that's where that lies. Because you're putting your faith in the work of man's hands, as we read, and that's going back, right? People are going to be putting their faith in this MOTB, man, right? The work of man's hands, that idol, right? It says, um, it's like, for man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. Right, right. You were given your spirit, right, and you believe that you have the power, right, to create a god, right, and you're putting these idols, right. You're putting something that you fashioned with your own hands above the man that fashioned you, right, that gave you your spirit. Was Psalm 15:16. For man hath made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit hath fashioned them. But no man can make a god unto himself. Right. So you don't have that power. We don't have that power. We serve Yahweh Shem Shai, and that's it, man. Right. But Jake is always looking for, something else. You know, they've been because they haven't been presented with righteousness in this life, right? They haven't been shown Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, going to what's the scriptures talk about how they I can't even remember how it goes. It's in Jeremiah, I think 14. Jeremiah. Yep, Jeremiah 10 or 14:10. Thus saith the Lord unto this people, thus have they loved to wander. They have not refrained their feet. Therefore the Lord doth not accept them. He will not remember their iniquity and visit their sins. Right? So as we read in the Wisdom of Solomon 15:16, right? It says, man made them, and he borrowed his own spirit, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them, but no man can make a power like unto himself. Right. So I was making the point that Jake, right, is quick to go after these other gods, man. Right. They're quick to try to make something up, right, in place of Yahweh Shema Shai. Right. Like I said, right, they don't refrain their feet, right? They're quick to set up an idol, right? And we saw that, you going with as Moses had gone on to Mount Sinai and came down, and they had made the golden calf, man, right? They're quick to find something to put their faith in outside of the Lord, man. And that's how we know the majority of our people are gonna fall victim to this MOTB system, man. That final idol that's going to be presented upon the earth, right? That hour of temptation, right? It says, for being mortal, he worketh a deed. That's like he worketh a dead thing with wicked hands. For he himself is better than the things which he worshipeth, whereas he lived once, but they never, right? So these people are putting their trust in something that has no life, right? You were given life, you were given the spirit, right? You were given the opportunity to serve Yahweh Shem Shai. But this thing was never, right? Right? It's just a, a clay statue or gold statue or silver statue, right? It's just a picture, right? It's just an idea, right? It's just a device, right? You're putting your faith in all these things, right? That never had life, you know? Yea, they worship those beasts also that are most hateful for being compared together. Some are worse than others, neither are they beautiful so much as to be desired in respect of beasts, but they went without the praise of the Most High and His blessing. Right. So the point, of me going through this chapter, man. Right. The this same idol, right? The same mindset of idolatry is what's being pushed, to the masses today. And it's gonna come to a head with that MOTB, right? It's going to be an all encompassing idol. It's going to be a form of, or presented as a form of salvation to these people, right? That are going to be deceived into taking it, man. But as we read here, in verse 4 was in Solomon 15:4. For neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors in the painter's fruitless labor. Right? So we're not being deceived into taking this, man. Lord willing, He keep His Spirit on us, right? That we will refuse, and we're going to continue to be in the mindset to refuse to bow the knee, before this beast system, before the image of Baal, man. You know, so just a quick lesson to the Spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemal Shai. The Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Barakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect pushing His word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Kwame Yasharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom.